Hey, welcome back, family. It's Brother Rason. Back at the Galactic Studio. We're doing Akashic Records. We unlocking the secrets of the universe, knowledge, and nature of the Akashic, including prayer, guided meditation, and Akashic tarot readings. And this book is by Myra Silva. We're on chapter 3. Chapter 3. The timeline. The eternal timeline. As explained in previous chapters, the Akashic Records contain every thought, intent, or emotion you have ever felt in your life, or your previous ones. The records also contain future outcomes, which is why you may be tempted to access and read your records. The Akashic Records of the past, present, and future create what's known as the eternal timeline. This timeline can be easily traveled through the pathway prayer process. However, learning how you can access the records, you must know the distinction between past, present, and future records. Past records. Let me turn this beat down a little bit. Your soul might choose to be reincarnated for many reasons. Some just want to fix some of the mistakes and patterns of their previous lives, while others want to come to enjoy the bliss that life experiences can offer. It requires many reincarnations to reach your soul's essential design or most perfect state. Nonetheless, your willingness to open your record shows that this life might be the turning point for you. Inevitably, your past lives can affect your current one. Through your records, karma, through your recorded karma. In Sanskrit, the word usually means deed or action, but karma usually goes beyond that. It encompasses your thoughts and emotions too. Traumatic experiences or negative thoughts and emotions can create blocks in your current lives. This, of course, can prevent us from enjoying our lives to the fullest. So many people seek to open the past records to identify the source of the problem they are facing. Yet the first you need to investigate present life clues that point to the possibility that your past lives are impacting you now. Look at your current patterns of behavior. Usually, current patterns are a result of old ones. For example, if you cannot seem to shoulder the responsibility of your work and jump from one job to the next every few months, this could indicate that you have had issues with stability and responsibility in your past lives. This applies to addictions and negative thought patterns. Often people who are plagued with negative thoughts or immerse themselves in negative patterns have destructive past life patterns that reoccur. To put a stop to such pattern, You need to open your past records to find the root of the problem. Similarity, chronic physical and mental problems like arthritis can signal past life trauma events or accidents. For instance, if you are suffering from chronic pain that refers to be a cure, refuse to be cured, no matter how many treatments you get, you may discover that it is the result of a severe injury you sustained in one of your past lives. Your financial situation can also be influenced by your past lives. By investigating patterns of poverty dominating your life and assessing your records, you might be surprised to discover that you suffer from the same circumstances before, and that the pattern is just repeating itself. Another aspect that many are interested in investigating in their relationship problems. Unfortunately, not everyone has it easy. Some can form a sustained and meaningful relationship. If you are one of those people, rest assured that there is nothing wrong with you. Past karma can play a plausible cause for your dissatisfaction when it comes to a personal relationship. The thoughts we feed ourselves make up the energy that flows to the Akashic records and inscribes your development. Your past self might have focus or negative thoughts. About love, they might have felt that they were unworthy of it, or that it was a source of weakness. Those thoughts are now recorded in your past records and continue to influence your current relationships. However, this is no reason to fret, as you can fix these problems by uprooting its cause. It is easy to misunderstand how karma works in the context of the Akashic records, but you might know that it does not refer to judgment or punishment. It is simply a record of how your past lives were lived. In fact, your past records contain millions of positive experiences that you can learn from. Even traumatic incidents and experience provide a great chance of growing and reaching your soul most perfect state. There are 3 reasons for karma: reputation, retribution, and compensation. Repetition refers to behavior patterns that keep reoccurring. However, time, oh man, my bad. Sometimes, let me find my place real quick here. Okay. For instance, if someone has a minor problem with overeating in one's life, such a pattern may be repeated in their current one, causing more severe results like eating disorders. Retribution, on the other hand, refers to negative and difficult past relationships. Negative aspects of relationships like abuse and mistrust in a past life might create a pattern that perpetuates and impacts your present relationship. Finally, compensation refers to things you lack in your previous lives and are trying to compensate for in this one. Compensation can nonetheless be dangerous. If you were poor in a previous life and trying to compensate for it in this one, the compensation nonetheless can be dangerous. If you were poor in a previous life, you might compensate for it now by overspending. Certainly, overspending is negative compensation and a pattern you need to eliminate from your life. So how can you fix something that has already been recorded? Well, the process is called rewriting your past record. However impossible this may sound, you need to know that you have full control over your records and can rewrite your past ones once you have gained enough enlightenment. You need to start focusing on the one aspect you want to view. For example, you can focus on your relationship issue. Your Akashic records will then let you view the past event that led to your problem. Now, by viewing and understanding that experience, you can rewrite it. To do that, envision a better conclusion to that situation. Let's say that you cannot find a pattern now, but viewing your past records, you may discover that you had a difficult relationship with your spouse in one of your past lives. You can then change the outcome of this relationship by envisioning that you started listening to each other's more and fix your marriage. Doing that should remove the blockage you have been suffering from and allow you to pursue healthy relationships. Present records. While accessing your past records can help you heal and remove blockages from your life, reading your present Akashic records has many more benefits. Every moment is recorded in detail, and the records in your soul is always vibrating and providing your records with enough energy to inscribe everything. What does that mean? It means that your current behavior, thought processes, and emotions are continually recorded and will most certainly affect you in the future. By the time you read your past records in one of your next lives, your current choices will have led to either a satisfactory life or a lacking one. This is why it is extremely important to control yourself and enforce positive thoughts and emotions. Identifying current patterns of negative behavior. Opening your present Akashic records can shed light on your current patterns of behavior. It can show both your positive and negative patterns. Although you cannot exactly rewrite your present records because they are always changing, you can change your behavior in real life. In this sense, the Akashic records are only there to help you recognize destructive patterns and fix them. For instance, you might be struggling with alcoholism. Remain oblivious to the fact that it has become a real problem. Your present records can help you see this from a different perspective, allowing you to finally acknowledge that you indeed have a problem. You can then use this knowledge to better your life and enhance your soul's vibration. Identifying thoughts and emotions. You're the sole entity responsible for your happiness, and you are the only one who can choose to live happily. And the spirit, your current thoughts and emotions have a big impact on your future. The way you perceive yourself is of utmost importance. If you are always having negative and self-deprecating thoughts, you can open your present records to investigate the problem and find more clarity on the issue. We are not going to avoid the power of positive thinking, because it has already been proven effective. But you really need to assert your self-worth and boost your self-esteem if you want to change your life, because the Akashic records are very sensitive to everything you think, feel, or do. We need to always think positive, even when faced with difficult situations. For example, choosing to focus on only that worst aspects of your job is bound to be inscribed in your records. It may eventually cause problems during your next